Welcome to Real Talk, Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi and today we have Magnum-sponsored athlete, published fitness model, writer and passionate motivator Jensen on the show. Welcome Bree, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me here.
You're most welcome. So Bree, let's start at the beginning. What got you interested in living a fit lifestyle?
Well, when I was younger, I actually had a very serious lung condition. Most of my lungs are filled with scar tissue, so I have a very little room to process oxygen. And as a result, I had a lot of difficulty with everything that I did. Even the flight of staircase behind me, if I walked up it, I would get really dizzy. And so at the age of 19, when I realized I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, I decided I needed a change. And that was a huge motivator for me, and I got started, and I've been going ever since.
Great. You have had to deal with limiting lung problem all of your life, making cardio or even climbing the stairs difficult, as you mentioned. Did you ever think it was just going to have to be like that for the rest of your life?
I did. For a long time, I thought that this was just the way it was. How was I going to overcome it? If I couldn't run, what could I do for cardio? I used it as an excuse all the time, and I figured this is just how my life is going to be.
On top of that, you had extreme insomnia from a very young age. What's the first step you took towards turning things around and living a high-energy lifestyle?
Well, I still do have insomnia, and I sleep an average of probably once every 3 days, but it used to be really bad. I used to sleep once every 5 days or so. And the first thing I noticed when I started exercising is that instead of sleeping every 5 days, I was suddenly more tired because I had actually exerted myself and I had more natural energy. So it tapered down more natural as well, and so I could sleep better. And that was the best thing ever.
I love how you have pushed through every obstacle that has come across your path. What advice could you give to our viewers who might be struggling with limitations in life but want to turn things around like you did?
I think the bottom line for anyone, regardless of what they're dealing with, whether it be an emotional issue, whether it be a physical problem, injuries, anything, everyone has a day one. Everyone has a secret. Everyone has a problem. And the reality is that when we look at inspiring people, we don't often see where they started. And we forget that at one point they were where we are. And so it's important to really focus on your own journey and remember that this is your day one, and soon you'll have a year 3 and a year 5 and a year 10, and you will be there, but it starts at day 1 for everyone.
Great. I also discussed this with other guests and would love to hear your take. For many people, their limitations turn into excuses and they forget about wanting to make a change in their lives. How can you prevent using your limitations as excuses and see them as obstacles you can overcome instead?
Well, I look at people who have overcome amazing things, losing their legs and not having arms or having cancer, and I look at those people and I go, if they can do it, I have no excuse. Regardless of how serious my condition is, there's always someone out there fighting. And if you can't do it for yourself, which you really should, for your own self-love, if you can't do it for yourself, do it for those people who are struggling, who you may end up inspiring in their own journey. If she can do it, I can do it.
Right, great. On your website, you talk about your goals, one of them being achieving maximum fitness and elite health. How do you envision that? And when do you feel you've reached a level where you're satisfied?
I think that every step of the way, I'm always going to find something else that I can improve on. For me, one of my biggest challenges, of course, was walking up a flight of stairs, and I considered myself to have reached maximum fitness in that regard when I could do 30 minutes on the stair climber nonstop and climb like 300 flights of stairs. Compared to one, going up that much, there was nothing I could do that would feel that amazing. I couldn't do this, and now I can. And so my idea of maximum fitness is being able to set a personal best in anything, whether it be running down the street or whether it be a weightlifting thing, anything you can bump up just a little, that's a maximum fitness.
You also want to inspire and motivate others to be at their best. Why is it important to you to make a difference in other people's lives?
If I had to describe my one passion and my one purpose in life, it's making other people feel good about who they are and making them feel good about what they do in life. Life is beautiful, life is short, and we spend so much time worrying and hurting and being negative. And so for me, inspiring people is one way I can get them doing something that makes them feel good about themselves. If I inspire them to go to the gym, great. They're going to feel stronger, they're going to feel healthier, they're going to feel happier. If I can inspire them to just smile at someone else, then they've made someone's day. And for me, that is the quintessential reason I'm on this planet, is to help people feel good about who they are.
Oh, great, and you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
You also approach fitness with a positive and open attitude, and that it's all about the journey and not necessarily about the goals. What can you share with us about your journey, and what is the single most impactful lesson you've learned yourself?
Well, my journey started, I was, like I said, I had the lung issue, but I was also 96 pounds. I'm 5'2", so I've never had an eating disorder, but I was underweight. And through my journey, it's been almost 4 years. Next month will be 4 years. And I've put on over 25 pounds of muscle since I started and lost a significant amount of body fat. And obviously that didn't happen overnight. So that was a real journey for me. Seeing the scale go up was something that we don't hear. People are always talking about weight loss, and they forget some people have to actually gain weight to be healthy.
Right.
For me, that was a big deal. Being able, when I started, curling 10 pounds was the hardest thing in the world. And now I'm curling 30 pounds and I feel good about it. And so it was always just increasing for me.
Do you feel that anyone can get into the best shape of their lives, or do you need to have some kind of genetic advantage?
Oh gosh, no. I think that in a lot of cases, people feel they've gotten the genetic short end of the stick. But who we are genetically does not determine who we are as people. Our choices, our behavior, our mentality, those are the things that are going to impact you more. And simple things like metabolism, people always blame their metabolism. That's something you can change with the right amount of effort and the right information moving forward. You can work against your genetics if you have to. Magnum, my sponsor, actually, our slogan is override your genetics. And it's entirely possible to do so with the right nutrition and the right new information and the right supplementation.
So as long as you're willing to put in the effort and dedicate yourself toward it, the sky is the limit. How do you stay on track and stay dedicated year round? And what do you do when you catch yourself slipping?
My biggest accountability factor is the fact that people have told me that I motivate them. If I don't want to get out of bed and I can't make myself get out of my bed for myself, I know that someone is depending on me for motivation, and that gets me going in a heartbeat. If I'm going to slip up and have an indulgence, I will own that, and I will be honest with people about that and say, hey, yeah, I'm going to eat some junk food today, or hey, I'm not going to the gym today, but I own it. And for me, that's also an accountability factor, because the more you own your choices, the easier it is to make good ones.
You also carry a personal belief around how it's our responsibility as a community to facilitate and help others to their goals when it is possible to do so. How important has your environment been when it comes to accomplishing your own goals?
Well, I just find that the community in general, you have two sides of the community. There are people within the fitness community, and all they want to do is talk about themselves. It's like, look at me, look what I do, love me, I'm fantastic. And yes, they are fantastic, and that's awesome. They deserve that. But there's the other side where everyone wants to help each other and feel good about themselves. And they may not be the biggest names out there, and some of them certainly are, but it's that sense of community. When we really band together and lift people up, I think that's so important. And I'm so blessed to come from a household where I've been supported by my parents in everything I've done in my academic life, in my personal life, in my fitness life. We live in a very active household. My dad's still playing soccer on the same soccer team he has as long as I've been alive. So I've been in an environment where it's very supportive. But not everyone gets that luxury, so it's our job to make it out there for someone.
Love it, Bree. You've shared so many great insights. Where can people go to connect with you online?
I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. I'm on basically everything. My username on everything is Bree Jensen, BRYJENSEN. You can find me anywhere. Google. I have my own website, breejensen.com, and I also have an athlete page on my sponsor's website, which is www.hardmagnum.com. That's about it.
Great, and I will make sure to put all the links below this video.
Thank you very much.
Is there anything else you would like to cover today that you feel we might have missed?
The only thing I can say out there is anybody who's listening to this, thank you for your support. Thank you for having me on this show. Thank you for everything. And I hope that throughout my experiences, both positive and negative, I can help you as a society feel good about who you are.
It was really inspiring. Thank you so much, Bree.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and I will see you on the next episode of Real Talk, Real Women.